The sixth graders are back at it again. I didn't read last month's. Last month's didn't have that much to talk about, to be honest with you. The best kid that was like really good couldn't play because they were suspended and like a bunch of other shit happened. But this one is juicy. We got a tier list and I know everybody loves the tier list. I don't even want to click on it first almost. Unlike the average tier list enjoyer, I like looking at the reasoning first, you know? The discussion was interesting because most of Minnie Faust's knowledge was based on what her sister had told her. So some of this comes from a weird source. The discussion for D tier was short. Chip, Bike, and Millia dizzy as the D tier is hilarious. That is pretty ham, to say the least. And testament right there. These 5 characters all are always in this like row. Not surprising though that if you're a 6th grader, Chip, Biken, Millia, Dizzy, none of them have any health. Also, unsurprisingly near the top, Faust, of course, the teacher's character is broken, best character in the game. Pot, you just hit 6H and you're vibing, right? Cliff, you just flail and you're as good as the best Cliff player on the planet. Zappa is surprising, but they did have Zappa Kid as the point of reference from before, right? Justice makes sense, also big normals. D tier is there because no one tried them yet. This includes Anji, Dizzy, Millia, and Eno. Most of the rest are pretty straightforward in their reasoning. The kids don't think they do anything and they have low health. Before you scream about Slayer, none of the kids this time found Stomp. The rest is going to be a hard sell when 80% or more of the kids only play it once a month. C tier and B tier were more or less one discussion, though it's pretty incoherent. For example, the reason that Order Soul is in B tier is because one kid literally just said, "Come on, you know he's cool." The room just kind of went with it. This is how modern content creators make tier lists as well. Let me show you guys 2 images to determine which character is stronger, okay? This is Soul Bad Guy. This is what he looks like. So these are Soul's colors, right? Like, pretty good. Soul's got some cool colors. He's got some nice palettes. Now, I present to you Order Soul. Looks like this. Look at his colors. The coat is matching. There's a trim on the coat. Like, oh my God. This guy, he's got these matching. Look at how clean these colors are. I rest my case. Wondering how your favorite content creator makes tier lists? That's how they do it. Bridget was put in C tier because she won a round once, but ABBA has never taken a round and ended up in B because the girl that played her was just insistent that she's good. Everybody knows someone like, look, my character is godlike, I'm just ass kind of person, right? Where they're like, yo, my character is the best. Trust me, just give me a minute and I'll get there, right? A and S tier were at least some good talks. Why is Kai good? Because he hits you from far away and is hard to hit sometimes. Soul can move forward and push lots of good buttons to get a combo. True. Potemkin is there for both his 6H and the revelations that come from the tournament today. Ooh, foreshadowing. Cliff 6H got multiple kills today and people were talking about how much damage he does. They're correct. Nobody notably really played Zappa yet this year. Minnie Faust wouldn't accept Zappa or Justice as being anything but unbeatable S tier. She also argued hard for Jam being an A tier. She said that Robokai picked up Jam at some point and has been doing pretty well. Ah, the Robokai kid. It's sad to hear that he isn't on Robokai anymore, but I'm glad he's still playing. Yeah, well, it's better that he's not on Robokai, I'm going to be honest with you. Life is better for him. As for the events of today's tournament, we had a student arrive in my class from Ukraine this month. He's a great kid, but he speaks extremely limited English. When the game booted up and he saw the first 2 kids go to Potemkin and Kai, he got excited and asked, like Zangief, pointing at the screen. Uh-oh, we got ourselves a ringer. I know there's a hefty number of differences, but without the ability to give a nuanced take, I just said yes. He grinned wide and sat down looking really excited. When his turn came up, he pointed at my arcade stick and I started to hand him a controller. I shrugged and I let him use it. He's up against the ABBA girl and starts walking forward. The other kids are telling him to 6H and he doesn't do it. He just blocks and moves forward. Then he jumps forward and fucking pop busters the shit out of her. You should have known when he asked for the arcade stick how this was gonna go. Like Zangief? Question mark. Everybody wants to be this kid. It was magic. The kid basically did this to everybody. He was the most patient child I've ever seen play this game. He found 2S at some point during the second match and started using that a lot. It was so much fun to watch. He never found Hammerfall, and I don't know how I would tell him to use a charge move, but he did find Mega Fist while futzing around and use that to get in. It's basically green hand, right? He's like, all right. It was so goddamn funny to watch all the kids go from take it easy on him to how do we stop him. He made it to the finals and even took a round off Minnie Faust, but she just played it super safe and used scalpel thrust a lot. Without Hammerfall, the matchup seems like nightmare fuel, yeah. He grabbed him mom at dismissal and told her all about it. She speaks a bit more English and told me that he and his dad played a lot of Street Fighter and that he loves Zangief. Minnie Faust, for her part, continued to follow in her sister's footsteps by having the best smack talk. There's this kid in the class that she absolutely hates. They're constantly at each other's throats, and it gets really fucking old. Man, being a teacher has got to be like this, right? Where like these two kids are like, I hate Rob. Rob's such a little jerk. He stole my pencil sharpener. And you're just like, dude, just fucking shut up. Can you dweebs just look at the board and tell me how much 7 + 9 is? I'm right there with you. It must suck. Today they got matched up in the bracket. Uh-oh. The kid was going on and on about how he's going to beat her, and he says, I'm like Kobe. I'm going to dunk on you. She immediately clapped back with, Kobe is still dead and I'm the helicopter. Oh my God, you can't say that. She doesn't even play RoboKai, first of all, who's an actual helicopter. And second of all, that is not okay. She beat him pretty bad, which he didn't take well. It's a point of growth that we're working on. At no point did the teacher think to himself, like, she probably can't say that. He was just like, well, she did beat you 2-0 and it was not close. Like, that's that's the takeaway. Axel got paired against Mini Fouls round 2 and he got some good hits in. He's been slowly learning how to better reposition himself when he needs to instead of only standing still and poking them away. That's tough. Our friend that played Zato, then Venom, then Testament decided that he needed to try a new character. Everybody has a friend like this, that every time they play, they are like, all right, I gotta pick a new character. He tried a bit of Chip. He had a bit of success against the guy who plays Potemkin and only used 6H. If you get in against 6H pot, they have no chance. Yeah, if only you hit 6H, you probably don't have a good strat besides that. Made it to round 2 and gets paired against our Ukrainian friend. That's rough. He got pop busted and exploded. The poor kid can't catch a fucking break. He wants to play a character that nobody else in the class plays, keeps picking pretty difficult characters, and he finally beats the 6H Gober Potemkin only to get fucking command grabbed. It's goddamn heartbreaking. Yeah. To be fair though, it's like, you know, when you lose in tournament, but you're like, you lost to the person that got second. So like, you know, you're actually pretty godlike. Also, it was a new character and the sun was in your eyes and you lost to the person that got second. And like, you know, you come up with enough excuses that you feel better about the loss. In the end, it was Mini Faust that got to me. She tried to do more jump-ins because she isn't confident in her ability to beat me on the ground. She scrapped that plan after the third 5K counter hit in the air combo of the round. Honestly, she isn't patient enough in the mirror. She knows that we're both interested in zoning, so she wants to get in and not let me zone, but then she's trying to be aggro Faust, which doesn't work as well as you like. Yeah, she's struggling, I see. Overall, I'm seeing a bit more footsies develop. I'm getting kids hanging out just outside of 6H range for pot and trying to bait it and punish it. It's still not that developed, but there's more thought than before. I can't wait to see what comes out of our new Ukrainian friend. The funny thing about reading the 6th graders, like everybody has friends like this. There's that one grappler guy who just picks Zangief or like the big slow dude and is like, this is my guy. And like you watch them just get murdered by zoners and like they struggle to get in and like there's like nasty shit happening to them all the time. And you're like, how do you just play a character who's so slow and can't get in? And they're just like Zangief smile and they just keep moving. I know so many people who like literally can't stick on a character for more than like a week and they're just like, all right, I gotta go to the next character. And they lose one match and they're like, all right, next character. It's not surprising also, by the way, that Faust, the teacher's character, and the girl that does the best, and then Potemkin, the kid who got second, these are the top two. This is how Japanese players make tier lists. It's gonna work for them too, okay? Like, how could it be that these characters aren't top tier if their friends are beating them with them? They must be top tier. Listen. Kobe is still dead and I'm the helicopter. I don't think anybody besides a kid could say something so horrendous without even thinking about it. And also, she plays Faust, so I don't like her. Just heard she got sponsored by Panda. She's already making tier lists and saying shit like this. Like, next step, natural born content creator.